What's good, everybody? Welcome inside the neighborhood. We're here for the second round of the TBT tournament, live on scene. Got my boy Robbie Hummel. Welcome. Thanks for
Thank you.
joining.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah,
Class
yeah.
of '07 right here.
Yeah.
Gotta
Still holding it down.
represent.
Yeah,
Try,
yeah. How you
trying my
been? How
best.
you been?
I've been good.
Good.
Doing the games here, which is always fun. TBT, as you know, because you've played in it a bunch, is a really cool event. And to see what guys that maybe, especially fans, don't have any idea of what the players are doing because it's hard to follow overseas. You go from seeing guys play. When you played at Michigan State, people would see your highlights on SportsCenter. They'd see the games on CBS or ESPN. Well, if you're playing in Spain, Galician TV is not, it's not getting shown over here. So I think it's a cool event for fans to see what a lot of players that they saw at their respective colleges, play and see what they're doing today.
Yeah, maybe share a little bit, how you got involved with the TBT and becoming a commentator.
Yeah, I when it was at ESPN, and it was for the first 10 years, I worked at ESPN for 6 years, so it was just one of those things where they needed guys to do it. And since I worked there, it was a nice kind of summer gig because I work as a commentator in the winter and my summers are pretty free. So, I love it. It's good basketball. I enjoy doing it. A lot of guys that I played against or played with are still playing in it. And that number is dwindling more and more every year, sadly. So, I've always enjoyed it, and then this thing made the jump to Fox this year, and I left ESPN last season to come to Fox. So it's worked out where I get to do it, and it's something I look forward to every summer.
Nice. So working for a company like ESPN, explain that. Is that something you ever envisioned?
No,
but that's a great
it was
accomplishment.
awesome. You think
that's
about
amazing.
when we were growing up, like what did you do when you were getting ready to go to school? You put on SportsCenter, right?
Yeah.
So like, they call it the worldwide leader in sports for a reason, and it truly is an awesome place to work. I got to do Big 12 and Big 10 games mostly there in my 6 years, which I really enjoyed. But just with the Big 10 leaving and my deal was up, it just kind of made sense that it might be time to look at something else. And I'm at Fox and NBC now, which is great.
Yeah. So growing up in Valpo, a lot of what we do is to inspire the kids, So maybe a message to the kids, young boys and young girls out here.
Well, I guess if you love to hoop, it's to be in the gym. It's like you're not going to get better unless you're playing. You're working out. Just always have a ball in your hands. And if it's not basketball, find something that you really enjoy doing and dive in with all the passion you have with it. Because that's the best thing that I can say about when I was playing. And now, as my job is, I love to watch basketball. I love to play, and now, unfortunately, I'm not very good at playing. So, but I also love to watch. I love to see different teams play and different philosophies. So, my advice to them would just be, man, whether it's music, whether it's school, whether it's computers, whatever it is, just go all in, because when you do that, it's really satisfying.
So I got one more question. I know you mentioned you got a question.
I have a question for you. Yes.
So we have a mutual friend, mutual mentor, Coach Homer Drew.
Yes, of course.
Tell me something about Coach Drew. Maybe a story about Coach Drew. That's my guy. I know that's your guy too.
Yes, I love Coach Drew, and I grew up a diehard VU fan. This is a funny story. I went to his camps growing up. Like I looked up to him from the time I was 4 years old. Him and Bryce, right? And he was recruiting me and my high school teammate Scott Martin to go to VU. And it was like the last visit we were going to take before we were going to make our decisions in the summer. Yeah. And it was like a late February game. We're at the Arc, and he brought us in the locker room before the game, and he gives this really good pregame speech. It was very motivating. And he goes, "Guys, hit the music." And they put on this T.I. song, and Coach Drew's kind of bopping around. I don't think he understood the lyrics. They were so dirty. The lyrics were so bad to the song. He was oblivious to it.
He probably wasn't even listening.
Not even listening, but just he is the best.
That's him,
dude, man. I really enjoy it whenever I get to see him. I know he's living out in Arizona now, where Bryce is at, coach of the Grand Canyon. So
he's right around the corner from us. We spend time together all the time.
He tried to get you out to play pickleball?
I did. We actually went. We actually did go a couple times.
He loves playing. So my question for you, we played together in the North-South game at the Berry Bowl.
I remember.
Which is your gym, right?
No, that's Logansport. That's Logansport.
All right, you were a coach.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they served us for pregame meal?
No idea.
Dude, they took us to Pizza Hut, and it was like cold pasta. You don't remember?
that.
Oh,
I
dude,
remember
we were
that.
like, man, this is the worst. I don't know why that sticks out to me, but the pregame meal at the North-South game, and also the teams were stacked together. They had, I think each one didn't show up.
Yeah.
We blame him for that, but they had like Eric Gordon and T.
Jeff.
They were Jawan Johnson, Matt Howard. They were stacked.
No, I remember,
Class of 07 was.
I have a memory
it was
from that
not
though.
easy.
So it was like a group of my guys that came from Kokomo.
Yep.
And Jeff was on the other team, and we were kind of like going at it through the game,
Yeah.
you know. And my boys started talking crazy. And I remember Jeff was at the free throw line. He just looked over and said, "Pipe down, pipe down."
Hey, Jeff T has a lot of ability. He was talented.
Man, that 2007 class.
Yeah, really good.
Thanks for coming on,
Hey,
bro.
appreciate it.
it.
Great to see you.
Yeah, you too. Yes, sir.